Hello, this is Dennis Day, and with me there are Doc, Happy, Sneezy, Bashful, Grumpy, Sleepy, and especially...
Dopey.
You all know the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Well, now I'm going to tell you the story of Snow White and Dopey.
I don't know very much arithmetic and such. That's why they call me Dopey. I can't tell left from right, I guess I'm just not bright. That's why they call me Dopey.
Well, Dopey wasn't very bright. One day he poured sugar on the roses to make them smell sweeter. Happy thought this was very funny. Did you see that? But Grumpy was angry.
Ah, what a dumb thing to do. He should be spanked.
Before going to bed, Dopey sewed all his clothes together so he could dress himself faster in the morning. Now he can't get dressed at all.
He ought to go without his supper.
With the prince away on a trip, Snow White paid a visit to the dwarfs. Dopey was standing over the stove with a frying pan on his head. And where was his hat? It was on the stove, and he was trying to fry an egg in it.
Oh, Dopey, really?
What a cook!
What are we going to do with him?
I know. I'm going to teach him myself.
And so the lessons began. First, Snow White told him the days of the week.
Now, repeat after me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I know. Saturday, Wednesday, Monday, and then comes Christmas.
Oh, Dopey.
Meanwhile, the wicked queen was still plotting revenge against Snow White for being the fairest in the land. She stood before the magic mirror.
Slave in the mirror, what shall I do?
You must entice Snow White here to your castle.
But how?
The dwarf Dopey is very simple-minded. Through him you can capture Snow White.
Later that day, the wicked queen hid behind a tree and watched Snow White teach Dopey.
Now, Dopey, you'll learn left from right. Walk to the gate and turn right.
I'll try.
But Dopey, all mixed up, turned left instead, out of sight of Snow White, and stopped right in front of the wicked queen.
Dopey, I have become a good queen, and to prove it, here is a juicy jingleberry.
A jingleberry?
It's magic. When you drop the seed, it falls to the ground with a jingle, like this.
Ooh.
And then, from the jingleberry seed, the jingleberry bush springs up instantly, as high as your chin, like this.
Oh, how wonderful!
Now, go to Snow White and tell her that you can lead her to the garden of enchanted fruit.
Not knowing any better, Dopey did as the queen told him. Snow White, eager to eat the enchanted fruit, followed him right into the arms of the wicked queen.
Help! Help!
She pushed Snow White and Dopey into her carriage and drove away like the wind. The wicked queen threw Snow White and Dopey into a dungeon.
Now, with Snow White hidden away forever, I will be the fairest in the land.
The dungeon had one small window with iron bars. Through it, Snow White could see the enchanted garden where the jingleberries grew.
Dopey,
Yes, Snow White.
you're small enough to wriggle through the bars. Escape and tell the other dwarfs where I am.
But, gosh, by the time I reach the other dwarfs, maybe I'll forget where you are.
Well, pick some jingleberries and show them to the dwarfs. Then they'll be able to find this enchanted garden and my dungeon nearby.
Dopey did as he was told, but instead of saving the jingleberries to show to the dwarfs, he ate up every one on the way.
Oh, Oh, that Dopey. Now we'll never find Snow White.
Wait a minute. What are those bushes growing up yonder? Do you know, Doc?
They're jingleberry bushes. Now I remember. I ate the jingleberries and I dropped the seeds.
Yes, each seed sprouts a new jingleberry bush. That means we have a trail right back to Snow White.
Off ran the 7 dwarfs to rescue Snow White. But in the meantime...
Slave in the magic mirror, with Snow White in the dungeon, now am I not the fairest in the land?
The dwarfs are coming this way to rescue her. Quickly hide her in the underground cave.
As the wicked queen ran to the underground cave, the 7 dwarfs continued to follow the trail of the jingleberry bushes. Suddenly, the trail ended.
Which way now, Dopey? Left or right?
We go right, Doc.
Now, Dopey, in his own mind, didn't know left from right. And when he said right, he really meant left. But the 7 dwarfs went right, of course. And since Dopey didn't know the difference anyway, he went along too. Then suddenly...
Say, look, there's a cave. Dopey, is Snow White held in a cave?
I don't know, Doc.
Well, let's go in and find out.
When the wicked queen saw the 7 dwarfs enter the cave, she screamed and ran away. Snow White was saved.
Oh, Dopey, I knew you'd save me.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, Dopey saved Snow White by being, well, Dopey. He ate the jingleberries, but he left a trail. He didn't know left from right, but he led the dwarfs to the cave. He was a hero to everyone. Doc, happy, sneezy, bashful, grumpy, sleepy, and especially Snow White. And all the way back to the house where the 7 dwarfs lived, Dopey sang.
I don't know very much arithmetic and such. That's why they call me Dopey. I can't tell left from right, I guess I'm just not bright. That's why they call me Dopey.
Dopey, you're smart enough for me.
And that's the story of Snow White and Dopey. You'll want to hear another story about Snow White and the 7 dwarfs on another RCA Victor record. It's called Snow White and Sneezy. You'll love it.